Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Back to School. I'm talking really slow because I'm very excited. This is Back to School. This is where we grade all of our matches accordingly, whether they're awesome or whether they suck. And today we're going to be doing a little something different because NXT TakeOver did something different for us. Well, at least for me. It took me back to my childhood when I first became a fan of wrestling, cheering for the good guys, booing the bad guys, being invested in every single match. That's what it did for me. So today, we're going to be doing a dual co-host show. Myself, Psycho Steve, along with Mike Hiru. I'll do some matches, he'll do some matches. But we all think the same way. Great minds think alike, and we thought this show was amazing. So stay tuned. This is Beyond the Shoot. We're going to take you to the first match of the night, which already I'm going to give a grade. A+. It was the NXT Tag Team Championship between the Undisputed Era. We got Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly versus Oney, Lorcan and Danny Burch. Now you might be asking, who the hell is Danny Burch? Who the hell is Oney Lorcan? You need to watch this match because Oney Lorcan was the star of this match. Yeah, you got Roderick Strong and you have Kyle O'Reilly, but this guy, he took so many bumps. He made so many moves. He got the hot tag, and it was back and forth all match long. I think they gave him 20, 25 minutes. They should have given him an hour. I would have loved that. Like I said, A+ for this match. There were some spots that, it got me cringing. Hitting the floor, like with your back, with your head, taking some moves that I've never seen before. Danny Burch was even awesome in this match. Adam Cole was in the corner, so he did interfere a little bit and save the tag team titles for the Undisputed Era. In the end, there weren't new champions, but I'm going to tell you what, if these guys have another match, I'm going to be watching. Hold on, just 1 second. Can somebody in my ear? What are we going to do? Okay, we're going to go to Mike. Mike Hiru, are you ready? All right, you're up, buddy.
Check this out, Psycho Steve. I apologize for interrupting, but this show was just phenomenal and I had to do it. I had to give my grades, I had to step in, and I had to start with this next match. Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream, A+. It lived up to whatever expectations we had for it from beginning to end. It started off with the tag team match, we gave it an A+. To go to this match right after that to give it another A+, just phenomenal. It was slow pace, mat wrestling, hard hitting, technical, high flying. Ricochet is a superstar. He's been a superstar since the days of Prince Puma to King Ricochet to Ricochet. Velveteen Dream is a homegrown talent, which is hard to say because we're big indie fans, so he has his work cut out for him and he's been doing it each week, each pay-per-view, each match. A+ match. I want to see this match again and again and again. Maybe tag team together in 205 or NXT or whatever. Just these two need to be involved together forever. A+, phenomenal match. So like I said, I do give this match an A+. The way Velveteen Dream came down, he came down in Hulk Hogan attire. The yellow crop top shirt, the feathers, the red, the yellow, the white, coming in, doing his moves. I feel like if he sticks with this gimmick and does other people's entrances or movesets, but in his more flamboyant type way, it'll work to perfection. Of course, like I said, Ricochet gets the win, and I give this match an A+. Next up, we have Shayna Baszler versus Nikki for the NXT Women's Championship. At first, I wasn't going to give this a C+ because I just felt like it wasn't enough for me. But the fact that the crowd did kind of take it away for something that happened, and the fact that it wasn't really good wrestling, I wanted to give it a C+, but because of the story that was being told behind it of how crazy Nikki Cross is, Shayna Baszler tried every single lock, she tried every single hard-hitting move, and she just lapped it off to perfection. It shows how no matter how small she is a vicious fighter, and she belongs to stay insanity by herself when she gets called up. Whatever, this gimmick is perfect. Of course, when she gets her in the headlock and she's smiling while she's passing out, she just said, you know what, I'm gonna pass out, I'm gonna go out on top regardless what happens. She smiled passing out. This sets up another match which I believe Nikki Cross will win the NXT Championship. She deserves it, and I'm excited. B+. All right, Psycho Steve, that was my first interruption. I'm going to let you go on to that next match. I'm going to come back in later for that main event because I just feel like I have so much off my chest and I need to get off. Back to you, dude.
Thank you, Mike Hiru, for those two matches. Now we go on to the NXT Championship. Lars Sullivan, the challenger, Alistair Black, the champion. Now, Lars Sullivan, you know, you wouldn't think of him as a championship contender at this point. He's been in NXT for, he's been in wrestling for not that long. And Aleister Black, he's been in wrestling for a long time, since the independence, deserves to be NXT champion. But Lars Sullivan, awesome job. Back and forth, showing how much of a monster you are, throwing Alistair around back and forth, taking clotheslines and not falling down. It was an amazing show of force and show of strength. Aleister Black, he had to use his mind. He had to think a little bit in this match and couldn't go crazy like he did with Andrade Cien Almas in his last match where he won the NXT championship. But all in all, 3 black masses. It took 3 black masses in the match for Lars Sullivan to get pinned. He got hit in the back of the head, kicked out of a black mass. He got kicked in the mouth, made him bleed. 3rd one, to the top of the head, 1, 2, 3. Aleister Black stays NXT champion. I give this match a B+. There were some botches. That's the only reason I'm giving it a B+, because the rest of the matches have been awesome.
All right, Psycho Steve, I'm interrupting again. Like I told you, I have to do it. Tomasso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, the second match. The first match was an A+, 5-star match. Perfect. Easy in a heartbeat, great. I was beyond excited for this match. This match, I'm gonna repeat what Psycho Steve said. It brought me back to my childhood. When's the last time you see a stop sign in a match? Since the hardcore Holly days, since the hardcore falls count anywhere matches, that was the last time you saw a stop sign. That just brought back so many memories. That this match from beginning to end, this match was an hour long and the action was non-stop. There was no breaks, there was no let me take a rest, none of that. From beginning to end, we were predicting who's gonna bleed first, who's gonna take the hardest bump, who's gonna do this, who's gonna do that. Tomasso Ciampa took Johnny Gargano's wedding ring, threw it. He was in a stretcher. Johnny Gargano brought him down. It's just so much to talk about. The one thing that was surreal to me is we've never seen this before ever in ECW, in WCW, in WWE, WWF, anything. They pulled off the first part of the mat. They pulled off the foam from the mat. Pure wood. What were they gonna do? That was saved to the end. Like I said, Johnny Gargano pulled him from the stretcher, took him to the ring, put him in handcuffs, and did every single maneuver lock that he could possibly do. And he rolls him to the edge, he gets up, gets on the edge, and Tomasso Ciampa, with his hands tied in handcuffs, DDTs him on top of the wood, and miraculously the ref pops out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3, Tomasso Ciampa with the win. This sets up the rubber match for whichever NXT TakeOver, WWE live event, whatever happens. It needs to happen. A 3-layer Hell in a Cell, a buried alive match, all mixed into one, falls count anywhere, best out of 3, let's just make it every stipulation possible, and let's watch this match forever, fight forever. Tomasso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano. This is the best feud in the history of WWE, in my opinion. Roll with it. Phenomenal job. All right, Psycho Steve, give me your final grade. Tell these people what our final grade is. We're both excited for NXT. Go for it, dude.
Now, the final grade for this show, I'm giving it an A+. Mike Hiru is also giving it an A+. And if you didn't want to, doesn't really matter. It's an A+. This show was amazing. Saturday night, we know tomorrow we got Money in the Bank, so you have a lot of work cut out for you. A lot of work cut out for you. But I'll tell you what, those are my opinions, and those are Mike's opinions. We want your opinions. We want your grades. Click the eye above me. Let us know what you thought of the show. We hope that you give it an A+ like we did. But if you get any lower than that, that's okay. You're a fan. You understand what's going on here. That this show was awesome. After you do that, like, comment, subscribe, even unlike if you didn't like our live stream. Let us know what you thought of everything. Let us know what you thought of this shoot. But also use your Twitter feed. Follow me at Psycho_Steve BTS, and also follow Mike at Mike Hiru BTS as well. Folks, we're gonna see you for Money in the Bank tomorrow. They have a lot of work cut out for them. I'm gonna keep an open mind, but I'm gonna be watching with open eyes. We have a live stream coming as well. We'll hit you all up. Please hit us up, and we'll see you tomorrow.